Yo, YouTubers, it's the greatest noob, tbert325, and I'm coming at you with a something that I was passed the torch on. It is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Youth of the Nation 21 Questions, brought to you by GHopper85, Holy Cheetos, the greatest noob, tbert325, yes, Fritos, Doritos, and everything in between those. Now before I do that, let me pick in between my toes, and then pick my nose, and then blow it out those. Before I know this, the flow goes cold, and next thing you know, gotta get on the flow because I'm putting it back on the tap. As if I don't need another app. But let's just go with Yu-Gi-Oh for now, and let's just throw it on down. And before I do all that, let's give some shout outs. Alright. Oh, yeah, that was kind of whack. That's fine. The Bella 666 Tanks Pokemon. Jubean 91 Fifth Frame. James Sui 2. Joey Rules 86, Zeno KH, Abiram 26, Sinurio Soul, Yu-Gi-Oh! Team Sin, Ray Todd 6, and Ball Kirby. So those are my random shoutouts from the people that I've had in there from a couple days ago. Alright, so basically, I'm not going to explain it. It's just actually going to be inside of the description box. So just read down below, and those are the rules. And I'm going to get into the first question because I don't want to be long-winded, even though I know I am. These things happen. First, what is your name? Ontario Durgan. How old are you? I am 27. 7 years old. Where are you from? I am from Mahou, Louisiana, which is a very little country town in the middle of Louisiana. I implore you, look it up. MAMOU. Go to Google Maps, the Google Earth, and look at it. Yeah, it's crazy. What card shop do you represent or play at? Paper Heroes. Check them out. You should come and play with us sometime. 5. When did you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh? That will be November 23rd, 2003. When did you first start playing? I just said that. 6. How long have you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Ever since the date in the previous question. So about 7.5 to 8 years. Who first introduced you into Yu-Gi-Oh? Number 7. That will be Charlie Mitchell and Brady Ashworth. A couple guys were playing on the floor of a clubhouse at McNeese State University, and I, liking cartoons and being an artist myself, I thought it was pretty cool and watch how they played, and they introduced me and told me to get structured decks and all that, and it just went from there. 8. Very first deck, besides the structured decks, which everyone had. Technically those are your first decks. First competitive deck I would say would be not really competitive but semi-competitive, which would be Ojama Lock deck out. So hopefully I can get unrestricted on my Ojama tokens, Ojama trios, so I can actually play it better. Number 9. The first holo I've ever pulled out of a pack was Raigeki. Sad face. My Raigeki went missing within the past couple of weeks because now I cannot find it at all, and I am PO'd, son. I'm pissed. But it's fine. Number 10. Are you a part of a Yu-Gi-Oh team? Yes, I am part of Team Truth, GHopper85, Beijing Coke. We have a couple other team members, but I'm not sure if they have YouTube names. So I live on this side of the state. They on way on the other side of the state. Okay, so and I also represent Team Paper Heroes, the card shop that I've started, so we can try to get sponsors and get the actual card shop, some people to actually keep going there and can do big things for Lake Charles. Try at least. Okay, do you have any Yu-Gi-Oh credentials? Yes, I've topped 8 at 1 regionals. Ever since then, I've just been a judge. But I still play. I play a lot. Matter of fact, if you don't believe me, hold on 1 second. Whew, heavy. I play. Yeah, I play. Okay. All that aside, let's go on to the next question. Do you trade, sell, buy, and or play for cards? Yes, and sometimes. I think I should play for cards more often just so I can get other cards that I can't exactly trade for, because a lot of times there's going to be people who don't want to trade certain things, so then you say, okay, well, play me for it. I want it. And I'm pretty sure there's something that they want from you that you weren't really willing to give up. So either way, somebody's going to lose something. So that's your consent. That's your agreement. 13. Do you remember your very first duel? No. No one can remember their very first duel because that was your learning experience. You're basically putting a deck together and trying to see if you can get the game mechanics down and get through the phases. I mean, you're going to be looking at the rule book constantly trying to say, okay, I do this first, and I do that, and I can do this. So technically, no. Um, 14, your most favorite signature card. 5-way tie. Wild Heart. He whips his head back and forth, unafraid of traps. Injection. Oh yeah, you afraid of nurses? Yes, you are. Morphing Jar Baby. 5 new cards? Yeah, loving it. Sees Fire wins games. Is that a shocker? Yes, it is. Because people are playing Solemns. You play them 2 warnings and a Solemn Judgment. That puts you down 6,000. Okay? People swarm. So 4 monsters after that means game. Last card, Cylinder. Cylinder wins games. Although it's not as chainable, you put your biggest monster out there, and I negate your attack. I can burn you for that monster's attack. Then next turn, I can sacrifice my monster for Kai's or remove your monster and then attack you. Either way, I mean, yeah. I don't have a favorite card. I have some favorite cards, and those where they lie. Most likely, if I'm playing a deck, most likely one of those cards are going to be in that deck unless it's an OTK that is geared toward synergy. Otherwise, those cards are going in there. Okay, so 16, no, 15, your most favorite signature deck. Well, I was Star Wars, so I would say Ojama Lock deck out. If they ever give me back my third Ojama trio, I can play it again. Until then, I won't be playing it, and it's just going to sit in sleeves inside of a deck box, waiting to see daylight again. 16, favorite or signature format. I don't have one. I don't really follow the formats. I just play the game. Teledad was broken, though. They had to kill that. I'm so glad they did. Man. 3 E-Tellies, 3 D-Draws, 3 Rises, 3 Malicious, 3 Dark Arms, 3 Crepins, introduction of Stardust. Broken! Okay, so next one. Most memorable moment in your Yu-Gi-Oh! History. Placing top 8 and having to go against G Hopper 85 in the top 8. And he didn't want to do that, and he got emotional, started crying, left out of the arena, came back in and said, I'm just going to scoop to you so you can get your invite. I'm just going to scoop to you. And that's all he kept saying. I'm going to scoop to you. No. So I hugged him. I said, no, you're not going to do this. I want to win it. I don't want you to give it to me. You watched me grow as a duelist. You taught me how to play better. You taught me what I should and should not do. No, I want to play for this. I want to try to pass you. Although he was playing Skill Drain Burn, which canceled out every damn thing that I was going to do, unless I got Jinzo on the field first. But then again, I think I'm not sure, but I think he might have been playing Book of Moon back then, so even if he did that, Jinzo would be knocked out by Book of Moon. So it's like, oh my god, that's not good at all. So yeah, he won that one. Needless to say, he won that one, and I got so ADD that, and I was used to playing him and losing to him, that it's like I went into kid mode again. You know, I bet you got a Solemn Judgment, you got 2 Dark Bribes, and what else he played? Cylinder. I think he played Cylinder in his deck. It's like, and so I actually flipped up all those cards, and he says, "You realize you got a judge sitting next to me?" Looked at, oh, it's Ken Manus. Ooh, sorry. So I put my head down and like set one card in. Yeah, that was pretty memorable. 18. What type of playstyle do you have? Cool, calm, collected, calculated. Quad C, baby. Most likely, if I build a deck, it's based on not OTK, but I'm gonna calculate all my movements and try to make sure that I thwart everything possible, so that you don't get what you want, and try to set you back. Now, a lot of times with the decks I make, I don't know why, but we will go to time or come close to it. So if you think, unless you can OTK me twice in a row, we're going to time. Just sad. 19. Why do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? I play Yu-Gi-Oh because it gives me a chance to do things. I mean, I love seeing the card art. Eventually, I'm going to get into designing very good mats. If I can get a very good scanner to scan some of these cards, I can make great designs and sell mats, which would be great, which would help in when I'm not working. I could just design and sell stuff and be a vendor of sorts, and that would be great if I could do that. So number 20, if you could describe myself, if I could describe myself in one word, aka Yu-Gi-Oh term, what would it be? Noob. Or scratch that. I won't say noob. I'd say original. No, let's not say that. Oddball. I'd describe myself as an oddball. When they brought back Dandelion to 2 and gave us that Dandelion reprint, it's like, oh my god, I know the perfect card to combo that with. That's going to be Quick Draw Synchron. Yeah, I can do this. I mean, he can tune in because with Level Eater, you can knock off a level, bring them back, and there goes a Junk Warrior. Yeah, there's this new thing called Drill Warrior. I can use that too. Wait a minute. Dandelion's a plant. I can use Lone Fire and Titanium. And then after that, after I make the deck, oh yeah, by the way, that you're playing Quick Draw Dandy Warrior. Huh? What are you talking about? Yeah, there's this deck floating around Japan. What you mean? Yeah, so it's crazy. I don't get online very often, and when I do, I'm on YouTube. Now that I'm on YouTube, I just post videos, and I look up rules on Wikia. Other than that, I don't go anywhere. I got internet on this damn thing, and I hardly ever use it just to look up rulings. That's what I do. Number 21. What advice would I pass on to the younger generations? 1. Watch your stuff. 2. Don't cheat. 3. Keep yourself from being cheated. 4. Know what your cards do, and if you don't, ask a judge. And if they don't know, they can reach into their judge network of friends, and then they can go ahead and get you a ruling to make sure that you know exactly what your cards are capable of doing and not capable of doing, or help you with tips and tricks. So you don't want to go blind into something and come out thinking, oh, I could do this, but then you get proved wrong that you couldn't do those things. Then I'd also have to say, don't take the game too seriously. It was meant to be for kids. Yeah, it was meant for kids. Keep these kids away from their parents long enough so their parents can regain sanity at a slow level. Keep them away from their parents. And lastly, I'd have to say, well, 2 more things. Play the game. Don't let the game play you. And lastly, do not classify a person by the type of deck they play. That person's worth, values, morals, are not based on what type of cards they can actually afford to play. I'm sure if everyone had all the money in the world, they can buy all the top tier meta stuff, make the same exact meta deck that you had just net decked, and then play it, beat you in 1 turn, and then call you a scrub, a noob, a jank person. You need to get out of my face. So do not determine a person's worth by the cards that he or she has. And with that being said, I'm going to go into and tag my 5 people. Number 1, Kurama 214. 214 Kurama. Number 2, The Chosen Saiyan 96. Number 3, Driss Do 4, alright, of Team Deck Records. Number 4, Chinese Cowboy. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on the East Coast, so you're number 4. Number 5, Zeno KH. You are my 5 people I'm tagging. So I want you guys to go ahead and put up a video, and you're gonna just copy what's down here in the description section and put that up so we can see all about your style, how you are, what's back in your past. Give us your history. And this has been a Yu-Gi-Oh! Youth of the Nation, brought to you by GHopper85, Holy Cheetos, the greatest noob, tbert325. You guys have a great evening, alright? You.